Okay, so in lab today, we're going to do a few different mini experiments. The first one in the reactions lab, you'll have a bin that has all of these things in it. I've set up a few things. I put some test tubes in the test tube rack. I just put a regular piece of paper in here to give us a nice white background. And the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to notice that there's two pieces of metal in here. So you and your partner are going to use one of them. So it doesn't matter, I'm going to use the copper, and then the people at the other side of the table, they're going to use the magnesium in here. So we have our copper. All right, and the first thing that we need to do is figure out what is going to react with copper. So if we look at our activity series, we see copper is pretty low on here. So we have to see is lead below copper, and that's a no. Silver below, that's a yes, so silver nitrate would work. And then what about the hydrochloric? No, it's H is above. And then copper and copper, that doesn't make any sense, so we won't do that. So we're gonna use silver nitrate. All right, so we'll use silver nitrate for this reaction. Next thing we need to do, you need to actually write out the equation. So you'll put Cu for copper metal plus the silver nitrate yields all the products. You'll balance it out, you'll come up front, you'll show me, and then we'll jump into the lab. After you show me your equation, then you're going to come to the front of the classroom for this cart, and you're actually going to get your solution. You need to bring up your beaker. You should have a small beaker, and you want to get about 20 milliliters, but no more than 20 milliliters. 15, 10, that's fine. So you come up front, you get what we were talking about. This is silver nitrate for this group. So I'm going to pour some in here. All right, less than 20 milliliters. I'm going to bring it back to my lab station. All right. And then it says, using your pipette, fill your test tube so it's a quarter filled with your solution. Leave your pipette in the beaker solution so you don't mix it up. Okay, so we have a pipette that was in the bin, and we're gonna fill this up about quarter of the way. Does not need to be accurate. Don't come ask me if it's a quarter filled. You basically just want enough so that you can film it and it looks good. This is probably less than a quarter, and that's probably fine, but I'm gonna do a little bit more. All right, that looks great. And look, there's a bunch left over, so we really don't need 20 milliliters. All right, so in here we have our silver nitrate, we have our copper metal, all right? Now the next thing you wanna do is you wanna get your cell phone, and let's pretend this is my cell phone, so my little calculator cell phone, and find a way to kind of like set it up so that you can record the reactions. You want to get it close. You might need to use 2 beakers to make it stable. However you want to do it's fine. You want to get as close as possible. Try to make it so that the lighting, so it's nice and bright. And you want to set it up for time lapse. So aim your phone so you don't see any other students in your video. We just want to see this white background. You might have to move it over a little bit, but we just want a nice video of the reaction taking place. All right. So it says lean your phone on a beaker, that's fine. Start recording your video, wait 2 or 3 seconds. Remember, time lapse takes a second or two for it to actually get going. So start recording your video, count to 3, and then put your metal in there, and try not to block the camera when you drop it in there too. You can just drop it right in. It should go right through there. I'm not gonna do it to spoil the fun. Let it record for 5 minutes, all right? So 5 minutes of recording. While that's happening, you can move on without bumping anything over here to the pre-lab for the double replacement lab. Okay, so with this it says you'll need to work with the whole table for this section. So you guys are gonna work together. So if they're not quite ready, that's okay. You can start working on, figuring things out. It says using the 2 solutions you have at your table, determine if a reaction will take place. So you have silver nitrate. They might have something over there that's different. See if a reaction takes place. And you know if that happens because we just did the double replacement or the solubility lab. Okay, let's say that if it doesn't. If it doesn't, there's some options that we have. You can use any of these options down here to see if the reaction takes place. You can use any of these up here as well. These are kind of more reactive, so you might want to start with these. And then once you find 2 solutions that react, you're gonna do the A, the B, and the C for those. So we're doing the molecular equation, the complete ionic equation, and the net ionic equation. Once you have that done, bring it up to me so I can check it out. If you just want to do the A one and show me, that's fine too, to make sure that it really reacts. That's a great idea. Remember, you're checking the solubility chart for that to make sure that there's a precipitate, all right? So after you fill all that out, you are then ready to go on to the next part. Okay, procedure for the double replacement reaction. It says take one of the solutions and add it to a test tube until that test tube is a quarter filled. So it's gonna look just like this first one with your new solution, or potentially your same solution. Set your camera to slow motion this time, click record, wait 2 or 3 seconds, and then continue. This reaction is going to be super fast, all right? So that's why we're doing slow motion. It says take the other solution and slowly, 1 drop at a time, add the solution to your solution in the test tube. So you're gonna take your second beaker, your solution, pipette a little bit in there, and let's see the reaction take place. Stop your video, check it out, make sure it looks good. If it's good, you guys are good. If it doesn't, you can do it again, all right? Now it says here, other group. How do you think it would look if you put all the solution in at once? Or would you just put in 1 drop and wait to see how it looks? Come up with an idea for your experiment, then film it. So we're gonna have 2 videos at the end of this. One's basically gonna be you dropping a drop in, 1 at a time, and then the other group, if they want to, they can do a big squeeze and put it all in at once. Or if you come up with something else, you can do that as well, all right? And that's pretty much our reactions for today. Then we're gonna clean everything up